Have you ever been curious what life in prison is really like? Not only that, but how tough it is to turn your life around after serving time and then re-entering society. Our next guest knows that firsthand. Stephen Gillen served his first stint in jail at 14 years old and would go on to become classed as one of the UK's most dangerous criminals before turning his life around. He is now a published author, an inspiring public speaker, and the first one to tell you there are no winners in crime. And Stephen joins us this morning. Welcome.
Thanks for having us, Anne-Marie. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's great to have you here. As an introduction to everybody, you were born in England. You spent the first few years of your life in Belfast during the Troubles, and then you ended up back in London. And then at 14 years of age, you were put in jail for the very first time. Do you remember those feelings of being a 14-year-old behind bars?
Yeah, I think for human beings, it's a human condition for us. We want to belong. And certainly then I felt apart from, not a part of, the world. That was really tough for me. Of course, I migrated with all the traumas I was carrying through petty crime into really serious organised crime really quickly, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, and as if serving time as a teen wasn't enough to sort of scare you straight, as the saying goes, you later served hard time as an adult. And this piece is really interesting to me. You were listed as a Category A inmate. What does that mean?
The definition of a Category A inmate in the UK is someone who is highly dangerous to the public, the police, the security of the state, and whose escape must be made impossible. So it's really about containment. It's really about security. It's prisons within prisons, Anne-Marie, and a very tough place to be. Yeah,
describe for us how life as a Class A inmate would be different than, another type of inmate in the UK.
I think it's akin to your Supermax or kind of
US
federal.
Has those, the Supermax, yeah.
Yeah, kind of federal. But, I was AA as well, which is kind of reserved for, it's the seriousness of the offence. People who have resources, maybe heads of organisations and things like that. So it was extremely tough, soul-destroying, desperate place to be.
Yeah, yet, in spite of all that, you come out, and you come out with this new focus. What happened to you there that gave you the courage to come out as a different person?
I was groomed into this life. It has to be said at the start, as so many people are. I saw through the life, Anne-Marie, really, really early on. But, of course, I was trapped. But I had come to a point I couldn't hurt people no more. I couldn't go on how bad I felt. And, the way people would treat me, I knew there was so much more and I needed to be more. And that was kind of an epiphany for me.
What were you incarcerated for? What got you the Category A classification?
It was a lot of stuff, but we're talking organised crime. I had 3 trials at the Old Bailey. It was armed robbery, serious stuff, racketeering, this kind of crime.
So you come out, you are now giving back to society. What's the biggest lesson that you learned that you like to share with people?
Life is for living, and life is so precious. And I know the journey is the forging, right? It's what we become as human beings is really important. Not that we fall down a couple of times along the way, Anne-Marie, and I really want to get that message to people.
Prison within prison, Category A criminal, that's a big fall.
Some more than others, but, I'm living proof, living history that we can be better, be more, circumvent even the hardest of traumas and challenges.
When you're speaking, through different countries, as you do, what are the things that people are most curious about? What do they ask you about?
I get a lot of questions, but I get some wonderful questions from people who are struggling, and, even the younger ones, they say, hey, if you could give me one bit of advice, what would that be, Stephen? I say, that's easy. Just always do the next right thing, no matter how hard that may be. And I promise you, you're going to end up somewhere good.
Stephen, great to meet you today. Great to hear your message today as well.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.